This ain't the little itty bitty teeny tiny bowl. This is Super Bowl 59. Get in on the action of DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting the Vince Lombardi trophy, and you have a shot to score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns.
Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. It will be really hard for me to pick against the Chiefs at this point, man. They're just different. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Fuck the Black Eyed Peas.
Yo, come on.
Are you
There's
a Black
no
Eyed Peas
need for
fan?
that.
Okay,
No,
okay,
but
okay.
there's no need for
there's
that.
no
Before
need.
we even get to the intro, John just learned that the original lyrics to the Black Eyed Peas "Let's Get It Started" is "Let's get the R word." He did not know that.
Did not know it, bro. Like I didn't.
The whole song, like they said it like 90 times.
I hated that song, and I hated them. I thought they were fucking horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I, you know, at the time you had to listen to the radio. At that point, I think when they dropped that song, I believe, but I'd rather listen to nothing, bro. Listen to air going through my motherfucking car than let's get it started. Oh my, that's a horrible song.
Well, horrible
Fuck the
as
Black
it
Eyed
was.
Peas. I'm standing on that shit.
But Tyler was making the point. The NBA really used that. The NBA really used that fucking. What just happened?
What just happened? He giving the kissy Drake face, nigga. Look at the.
I'm seeing double 4 crusties.
He said over here.
I do not know what is going on.
You didn't see 2 Tylers?
I did, but I don't know why that,
That was
happened.
crazy. Hey man,
Tyler,
Yeah,
are you
I'm
good
good.
now?
are you
Am I
getting?
good?
Are you?
Okay.
So wait, did you get out and
That
come
was
back
so
in? Is
weird.
that what happened?
Now my shit just booted me for whatever reason.
It booted him, but it stayed. His original one stayed like glitched. It
man.
stayed in there. For
I
a
was
second.
like, I was sure Tyler was gonna have more to say on this Black Eyed Peas R word dialogue.
I think we're good. I think we're
They
good.
hacked the podcast. You know what I mean?
Will I Am's in there. Don't you fucking dare
Don't-
criticize my
Right,
art.
right. Fuck
I think
the
we're good.
fuck the Black Eyed Peas, eh? I got something for you.
I said this was not necessary.
Wouldn't that be funny? I feel like there's always shit like that. It's like, it's well known. No one talks about it inside the podcast industry. You don't talk about it outside, but inside, everyone knows you never talk about the Black Eyed Peas.
Never.
Oh shit.
Okay.
All right, welcome to Jenkins and Jones on the Volume Podcast Network. It is Thursday, February 6th, and it is our special trade deadline spooktacular. As always, Jenkins and Jones is hosted by Dragonfly Jones, aka Tyler,
Hey everybody, have a good.
LeJethro Jenkins, aka John.
What's that, Bubbas?
I'm Gardy B, aka Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
Oh,
I was in the middle of a yawn. It kind of fucked me up, G.
Okay.
God, man.
You're like a
Yeah,
wrestling announcer.
mother. Not a fan of that one. I'm sorry,
No.
guys. I let you down.
That's okay. I'll recover. Produced as always by the lovely and talented Jackson Saffron.
What's
What's
up?
All right, fellas, we got some trade deadlines, news, transactions to break down, and then we will talk about, I'm sure people are wondering, we are going to definitely talk about that Temptation Island Spain clip.
Montoya.
Coming off the top rope on the trade deadline news, Mark Williams is now a Los Angeles Laker. Jackson feels Mark Williams is like a mid-major big, like a Fresno State? You think he's like a Cal Poly big?
I think he's
Yeah.
fine. I think he's
Jackson
fine.
Jackson doesn't think this is a needle mover at all. I definitely feel
I think
the
it's.
opposite.
I think it's a good deal. I think it's a good.
That's
deal.
not what you.
Mike thinks
That's not
it's-
what you
No,
said
no, no,
yesterday.
no.
No, I don't. I think it's good for the team. I think the value is bad, and I don't think it makes them. It is like the
You
team that
said
puts them over
yesterday
the
you
hump.
hate the trade.
I think it's good to get us. I think it's bad value, and I think it's good, and I don't think it's going to make them title contenders. That's what I think.
You say you saw one clip of him where he didn't look like he was giving max effort on a rebound.
I specifically explained I was joking about him.
No,
sucking.
you weren't.
I said
it felt really real.
I said I think it's bad. Okay, fine, go. You guys talk about it.
What has Mark Williams done to you, man? Let's talk about it.
You guys talk about it. I don't want to.
What did he do? What did he do? What did he do?
He didn't do anything to me.
He was one of the credited songwriters on "Let's Get It Started," the original version, dude. Jackson's never gonna fucking let him live it down.
Hey, Jackson's tired. We got under his skin early. I know you sleepy.
You guys can talk about it.
Sleepy,
you guys can talk about it. You guys don't want to talk to me about it. So you can talk about it. You can talk. You guys talk about it. You don't want to talk to me about it. Talk about it. Mike, talk about how Mark Williams is the reason the Lakers are going to win the title. Tell the people what you think. Tell the people what you think, Mike. That's what I want to know. What do you think about this trade, Mike? Tell the people what you think.
Mike, tell them right now, Mike.
Are you afraid to get your take off, Mike?
I'm not afraid to get my take off. I think it's a great trade for the
Lakers. Let's hear it.
I think obviously they needed a big to balance the roster, and I think they got what I would consider one of the few people you could go out and get that is both a move for now and also a move for the future. He's a high IQ player. JJ Redick mentored him when he was at Duke. There's been a lot of conversation about the big steps he's taken forward in each of his 3 years in the NBA. I actually trust our coaching and development at this point to continue to grow people's roles. And I think this year's Lakers proved that. Obviously, AD was the centerpiece of it, but the Lakers went from one of the worst teams in the league defensively to a top 3 D rating over their last 10 games as they went on that 9-1 run. I'm very optimistic about having he's actually got a higher standing reach than Wemby. And that Luka literally just said to Pelinka, like, just give me a vertical lob threat and we're fucking.
We'll be okay.
I'm just going to throw it above the rim and he could dunk it. And I'm going to draw a double every time. So like, I actually do think he's a great fit in a limited capacity offensively for the current Lakers. And I trust our development to be able to grow him in that kind of same contract range as Luka. I think it's a great pickup. John and Tyler agree or disagree?
Oh yeah, bro. 2 thumbs up. Great job, Mike.
I think you hit all the points there. I was waiting for Jackson to shine in.
I think
Jackson doesn't think that vertical lob threats with Luka.
I think all of those things are true. I think all those things are true. Why are you guys acting like I said he's a bad basketball player? Because you did say
he's a bad basketball player. So we can
no, I did not.
Somebody pulled a screenshot.
I did not.
Come here, Jackson.
No, I did not.
Let John give you a hug.
Come here. Come on.
Let him give you a hug. Why are you being weird, Jackson?
Real beard to fake beard. Real beard to fake beard. Come on. You got the real one. I got the bullshit. Come on, man.
Beard to beard is hilarious. I think that's all. And everything Mike said is true.
Okay.
All right.
But everybody.
But fellas, how do y'all feel about? I really do think this is a good pickup. How do you feel this changes things for the Lakers? At least now knowing, okay, this is what the roster is going to look like for the rest of this season.
Yeah, I think it's a great pickup. I was hip to the kid since high school. He's a Virginia kid, and I knew he was on like Duke and UNC's radar and shit. So, yeah, I'm happy to see him wind up in the Lakers. He's the exact type of big that Luka wanted. Like we saw, like him and Derek Lively, they were the best pick and roll lob threat duo in the league. During that presser, Pelinka was like, the big man market is dry. We're probably gonna have to wait till the off season. We knew he was full of shit there. He just didn't want to look thirsty. We knew he was gonna get a big before the trade deadline was up, and he got a hell of a big with a lot of upside.
Yeah, I'm happy for Bron. That's all I can say, man. I thought with this trade they were looking for the future, but they made some decisions that said we want to win now. You know what I mean? And this is that's what this decision was. So. Yeah, man.
And like y'all said, you now have 2 different dudes who can initiate a pick and roll where there's the double's probably going to the ball. And then you now have a guy where both of them are more than capable of getting big men paid off of, hey, go up and grab it at 11.5 feet and dunk the shit.
Sure.
So you're so right. I felt like they really threaded the needle on not making Bron feel like this is a 2-year rebuild that you won't be here for the end of, but we got Luka here to try and compete with you and to still be relevant after you retire. That's a difficult thing to do when your GM now has a reputation of robbing his best friend blind in Nico Harrison, you know? And once again, Rob Pelinka is rightfully going to get a lot of credit from me and y'all and everybody else about this trade deadline. The Hornets called him and said, "Oh, the 23-year-old rookie you got, I think he was the 4th or 5th best on the team in 3-point shooting percentage. Obviously, a lot of like upside and definitely as a chopper. They're like, we're interested in moving our young, intelligent big who would fit perfectly with your roster for your 4th or 5th best 3-point shooting percentage rookie." And you know, Rob Pelinka
Well,
said
if you're gonna
yes.
twist my arm, you know what I mean? I guess. I guess we can do it. Crazy.
It's just wild. Like, y'all know about the Lakers tax, right? That it's like, you know, Pat Riley, all these, no one's going to try and make life. Jerry West is not going to try and make life easier for the Lakers. People always talk about that Lakers tax of like, you're going to have to come up off an extra pick or whatever, unless someone just hands you whatever it is that you need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, those are the two that there's nothing in between those, you know, those transactions for the Lakers. All right. I want to talk a little bit more actually about the Mavericks side of the Luka trade, just because, John, you were obviously traveling when we had Jason Gallagher on. His clip talking about his reaction to this has been kind of going, getting widespread circulation on Twitter. And I wanted to ask you what you thought of, he said, if the Mavericks win a championship this year, he would not feel anything, because of how hurt and sort of distance he feels from, you know, the franchise by what Nico Harrison did. And I thought it was like a take that made sense, but I also thought he was exaggerating a little. And then our mentions have just been flooded with Mavericks fans who are like, yes, this is exactly how I feel. And I mean, how do y'all really feel? Like, I have not had that moment with a team that I root for. But, you know, what did y'all think of that? And of Mavs fans' overwhelming reaction of like, no, I really am done. Not joking done. I'm done.
Well, Tyler, you want to go first?
No, you can go. We haven't heard you speak on the shit, so.
Well, we were talking about in the group chat. I feel like they didn't want to just win a championship. They wanted to win with their guy. They wanted to win with Luka. It's not just about a championship. You know what I mean? I feel like Dallas is a team that they're not. I mean, I was joking about them not being a big market, but nobody, there's not Dallas Mavericks fans outside of Dallas that don't have some connection to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? And so for a guy to come there that they chose, they got that generational talent, and he wanted to be there for his entire career. You know what I'm saying? They fell in love with him. Well, I was saying, like, you know, Luka and the Mavericks had, like, the two names felt synonymous. Like, they will always be linked. You know what I mean? And so that makes sense to me. I think it would feel cheap. You know, like we had a guy for 10 years, and I really feel like this decision, even if they win a chip, you go and win a chip business-wise, they'll lose money long-term. Because, like, people were there, like, just like they were fans of the Mavericks, but they were just as big of a fan of Luka. And, like, that's like sect of people that you lost forever. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, like, how many people were buying Dallas Mavericks jerseys? They were buying Luka Doncic jerseys. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
or Dirk before that, but it's very similar story,
yes,
as Tyler's pointed out.
Yes. So for me, like, the more I think about it, like, people have been hitting me up still. Like, my mom wanted to talk about it yesterday. What do you think about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, the more I think about it, the less sense it makes, the dumber it feels. I think they'll be a good team this year. You know what I'm saying? But it just doesn't make sense. I've never seen anything like it. And I do completely understand Dallas Mavericks fans. I would feel the exact same way in the situation. I have no connection to the Mavericks franchise. And this trade has a particular stink on it that I've never felt, where it still feels just wrong. And as somebody that's a Bron fan, you know what I'm saying, that Bron benefited from it in some way. You know what I mean? It still feels wrong. And I couldn't imagine how I'd feel as a Mavericks fan.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that they gave up is, like, you would have had a dozen or so more years with Luka, and now you've sold that out for about 3-year window right about now. Right? Like,
without your guy.
Yeah, without your guy, right? Like, that's what Luka provided. Luka provided stability. Luka provided something to where their fans were like, oh, you know, my boys are playing tonight. Let me tune in and see Luka. Like, that was supposed to be the plan from fucking November to April for the next 15 years. right? And they threw that away, bro. And Luka's a unique player in that he's so entertaining. He's so fun to watch. Every game that you watch Luka, he's gonna do something magical, right? Like he's one of those guys. And they gave that away, bro. Like it's bigger than just a championship window here. It's what that dude meant to a fan base on a level of stability, on a level of night in and night out for the next, like I said, dozen or so years. They threw all that away, bro. And like I said, I'm not even sure if this move makes them good enough to win a championship. I'm not sure if this move makes them good enough to come out the
I don't
West.
think it does.
Yeah,
I don't think it does.
I'm very skeptical on that. And it's just you threw away stability. You threw away like I said, 12 or so years of having your guy in your living room every night of the basketball season. And you threw all that away just because you're on some big brain shit where you think, defense win championships. I think that AD benefits this team more than Luka. And it's just I'm just with John. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to just about anybody, bro.
Yeah.
Gallagher said it felt like a fuck you to the fans, and it does. It felt like a big I don't give a fuck what y'all want. I know you want to win with your guy. I know you'd rather take a chance with Luka than have than even win a chip. You know what I'm saying? With AD. But fuck you. We don't give a fuck. And to keep it a bean, if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm in the fan base and I feel like they said fuck you to me, okay, it's fuck you too then. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, that's I completely understand that feeling. I just like it's similar to Kobe. Why people say Kobe's a go. I didn't understand why people said Kobe's a go till I came to LA. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter if all these numbers and shit. What you saw as a 14-year-old. And also like he wasn't just a Laker. This was your guy.
Right.
Kobe was yours. You know what I'm saying? It's that and for the Lakers to throw that away would have been like insane, right? And that's what they felt like. That's what like Dallas had their guy. They had Dirk. Dirk retired. Now they got their guy, their other guy, the next guy. You know what I mean? And they throw their guy away. Like that's like he's ours. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like that's not an option. You feel me? Like do what you got to do, but this guy is untouchable. And it just for you to say fuck you to that, I just don't understand it. It feels particularly nasty, and I just can't believe a single human could make that decision. You know what I'm saying?
I think I will say this. I put my conspiracy theory out there about this being a like Kobe sleeper cell thing between Rob and Nico, but I think I've come around on a simpler explanation, which is the closest analogy anyone's really been able to come up for with this is Mookie Betts going from the Red Sox to the Dodgers, and if you look at. Well, no. Well, no, but he knows that that's correct.
Yeah.
But if you look at the way the NBA stories are told, it's like pro wrestling. It's big personalities. It's this guy and this guy. And in baseball, what was acknowledged was this is an expensive sport, and even really rich people who own expensive brands sometimes look at the numbers and can't take it. And that's what happened with Mookie and the Red Sox is $250 million. Damn.
That's a lot of money.
That's a big number. And I'm signing the check on that. And so as unimaginable as it would be that you have this entertaining, like franchise cornerstone who is a great person and you love rooting for, and your kids are going to love rooting for him. The price tag was too high. I've come around. This is Nate Jones was the first person I saw talking about this on Twitter, and Nate can be big brained on Twitter as we know. But I think he's right that I think this is actually a more traditional sports storyline of a new ownership group going $385 million for
a lot of money,
one roster spot.
Oh, no.
And because it's the NBA and there's personalities, and that's the way the stories are told, that the GM is falling on the sword for them in a way that did not happen in Boston or does not typically happen in this. In most sports, the ownership is criticized. Happens in the NFL. They're not going to pay receivers to play with Joe Burrow because the owner's too cheap. But here, I think because it's an entertaining story, because he fumbled Steph Curry at Nike, this stuff is getting put on Nico Harrison, but I do really wonder if this is not yeah, man, they're not trying to commit that much money to it. And like, they're not going to be the ones who do the press conference, where they say all this other shit, So that's kind of where I'm coming from on it now is I do think this is probably a more traditional billionaires who don't like giving away big chunks of money. I think that's what it is.
And they might not be big basketball fans. Like, they're not Mark Cuban. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Mark was like obsessed with, like the success of his team and the happiness, you know what I'm saying?
They're casino
mode. They might as well
like, I just want
they
money.
just invested in a company. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This might as well be Edward Jones to them, nigga. No, and it just doesn't make sense to pay anybody on the Edward Jones staff $360 fucking million. $385 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they look at it. Just pure numbers. And that does make sense to me. Maybe I will feel better about it because one man making a decision just off of how he feels has felt so weird to me. But just billionaires being billionaires doing fuck shit, right. We've seen that all over the place.
They're not the most harmful.
Hell is old as time, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, billionaires are currently making worse financial decisions than that. In this country for sure. Tyler, do you buy that, or do you still think this is Nico Harrison on some? Because I also like your meddling new hire theory of like, nah, he just wants to come in and put his fingerprints on shit.
Yeah, I mean, he had a front office that enabled that, though. You know what I mean? Like, he for sure wanted to be the dickhead new manager who comes in and fucks up something that's working perfectly fine because it's not done his way. And he feels like he has to put his fingerprints on it. So his fingerprints on it are shipping Luka out. He's for sure that asshole manager that we've all dealt with. But like I said, it doesn't happen without ownership that doesn't enable it, without ownership giving him the thumbs up. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Okay, well, one way or the other, it did happen. You guys are both big Braun. Obviously, as a Lakers fan, I'm thrilled. As Braun fans, I think it is kind of a little bit more of a complicated situation where we talk about Braun being in a different role. But I have to tell you, studying, I was doing like the body language expert shit with Braun at the last game. I mean, I was like glued to the TV. He looks like a little kid. The way he and Luka were giggling on the bench together when he would come off, like they're like, I can't fucking wait to get on the court.
And did you see the clip of him on the give and go?
When he looked over at Luka and said, that's what we're going to do.
He goes, that's going to be me and you, baby. I'm like, golly.
I think Braun is trying his best to be respectful to Anthony Davis. Like, I think he genuinely was like, there's a real genuine relationship there. I think he's trying his best to not be like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. But all the people are like, I don't know if they're going to be able to figure it out. It's like, did you see JJ Redick's face when he was asked in the press conference about their fit together? And he's like, you're asking about LeBron James and Luka Doncic's fit with anyone else, including each other? Like, that's not what keeps me up at night as a coach, right? Like, it just feels like everyone's like, yeah, the fit. I mean, we'll have to work it out. Like we'll see what it looks like when you get two unguardable guys on the court together. Like,
they're also great passers with high basketball IQs.
And willing passers. I mean, I think that's the big thing. They're not just great passers. It's like that. Like, that's Luka told them what type of guy. Yes,
that make it that willing passers that make it easy for the people that play with them. You know what I'm saying? They're not just giving you the ball when you're open.
Yeah,
they're giving you the ball and making the game 10 times easier. Like, bro, just take these 2 points. There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah,
not take this open shot. You know what I mean? Here's this bucket. It's easy.
What did the two of you, as people who've seen Braun through every step of his career, just what's going through your head when you see him sitting on the bench next to a player like Luka, and they're, like I said, they're like giggling,
It's just, it just all feels surreal, bro. Like, and I'm not sure when it's going to feel real. I'm really not. Luka's supposed to be making his debut on Saturday. So, I'm going to be locked in for that. We'll see if that, helps reality set in a bit. But we're coming up on about a week of this trade being real, and it just does not feel real at all, bro.
We're seeing videos of him in the Lakers jersey and shit. And I'm still feeling like, yo, like, I didn't think I was in this part of the multiverse. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see this happening. It's crazy.
Yeah, Shar and I got date night on Saturday. We're gonna go see the what's the Love Hurts. We're gonna go see Love Hurts, and
What's
I told
that?
her
Hell yeah.
it's what's the name of the actor, Jackson? Do you know off the top of your head?
Kihei
Thank
Kwan.
you.
He's the guy who was in the Asian dude who was in Everything Everywhere
Oh, okay,
all
for
at
sure,
once.
for sure.
And they,
He is like it's like a John Wick style,
sounds
like
you know,
fun.
it's
out of
yes,
retirement action
and
movie
Love
type of
Hurts.
thing.
That sounds fire.
and it's interesting
awesome.
because it's like I've heard so many people describe it as a John Wick type movie, and obviously in many ways it is. But to Shar and I, and this is her favorite actor of all time, it's a Jackie Chan movie.
Okay,
like it's
I was waiting on
100%. It's like he's in a
Okay.
kitchen using different utensils to like hit.
The John Wick part is just like
for
the
sure,
out of
for sure.
retirement
And then like
part.
Marshawn Lynch is in it as like one of the guys. It's like I'm very excited.
I like
about
that.
it.
I like that
fire.
Marshawn's getting into
Yes,
acting.
for sure.
He's really
Yeah.
funny.
Marshawn has like genuine comedy chops.
Yeah.
Dude, he was so funny in that movie Bottoms. He was hilarious in that movie.
Is that the one where he's a drug dealer?
No, he's a
Oh,
teacher.
I didn't see. There's one.
He's a teacher, and it's like these girls, these gay girls trying to start a gay fight club at their school, and he's like they're like teacher overseer person.
Perfect.
But I told Shar, so we're going out to dinner. We're gonna go see that movie. I said we are gonna have to go to dinner with the television. Like it's just that's the restaurant. It's changing. Like I'm gonna need to see what this shit looks like the first game.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We also got some other trade news over the last day or two. Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. Gentlemen, what's your thought on this from the Warriors' perspective and the Heat's perspective?
The Heat did what they had to do. Jimmy was just going to walk it, this summer without leaving them with anything if they didn't move him. So, they got Wiggins out of it. They got some picks. They moved some things.
Year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They moved some things around and got Davion Mitchell from Toronto too. Hell of a defensive player there. So the Heat came out all right. As far as we'll go to say, I told you I've got a Jimmy Butler rule that I stand firm on, where I do not evaluate that dude until after the playoffs, bro. Because we have seen that dude average 19 points per game during the regular season, then turn into fucking 1998 MJ in the playoffs. I reserve all judgment on Jimmy Butler until I see what he does in the postseason, and that's where I'm at with this. So we'll see what he does this postseason.
I do question that fit. I do wonder how it's going to work out. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how happy he's going to be there too. I wonder all these things. He's kind of a wild card, like you said. Sometimes playoffs is how you really know what he really is going to look like. You know what I mean? But also personality wise, it's just been kind of I don't know, after this shit. I just wonder how it's going to work out. We'll see. I'm not too excited about it though. I don't think it really moves the needle a whole bunch. I would have really liked KD going back though. I don't know why. I wanted to see it again. As much as I hated it when it happened, it was incredible to watch.
I understand.
Incredible thing to see. You know what I mean? It'll be different now, obviously, but
I understand KD's stance on that. There's the team I'm on, there's the Warriors, and then there's 28 other teams. If you would like to explore trade options. Yeah, I don't know. I would not have liked KD. I would have disliked that for KD, I feel like. And I was actually really gratified as a fan of KD since he was in college. I appreciated his stance on that of like,
have we ever seen a more unappreciated player on a greater team than we saw with KD with those Warriors?
No.
And he was the best player on that team.
Yes,
KD wasn't the most important. He was the best though. You know what I mean?
KD is the piece that made that team the best team I've ever seen in my life.
Period.
And the fans didn't want to concede any credit away from Steph. You had Draymond Green flat out telling the man to his face on national television, "You can leave. We won without you." Like, bro, I completely understand if he wants no parts of that ever again. Too?
Like, he called him out his name, the the player on the squad. The 2 championships they won together, he was the finals MVP. When he went down, it was a wrap for them. They had to go back to being a 72 and 19, 73 and 9, whatever the fuck it was, 70, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? What's a 73 and 9? That's what 82. There we go.
73 and 9. Yeah.
They had to go back to be the 73 and 9. Let me do a little math real quick on the, you know what I mean? Yeah, they had to go back to that shit. And bro, like he was, remember when they were playing the Clippers and how niggas were talking? This is, I think was was it the year he got hurt? Maybe it was the second year they won. When they were playing the Clippers and how the Clippers were talking about KD. like you just pray when you guard him. Like they were talking about, this was during the series. The series wasn't over yet. They were like,
that was the year where he was like, you know who I am to the media, right?
Yes, that's the year. And niggas, and that's the dude that like
I think
that's crazy.
I think the presence of Draymond Green there is like I would have been, like I said, sad as a KD fan. KD is, I don't know, KD is one of the like 3 basketball jerseys I own. I got a KD Thunder jersey like 2 years after they moved to Oklahoma City. Like I would have been really bummed out if he was like.
I didn't think about all of that.
He's
I
like
thought about him next to Steph again.
For sure, no, 100. I mean, and I totally understand where you're coming from on that, but it is definitely like that would have been a bit too much even for the pro wrestling ass fucking NBA shit of like. But Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green on the same team. I think I like. At first, I thought people were overblowing that a little bit, and the more I think about it, the more I think people are not overblowing it. Like,
I go back and forth. I was editing Club 520 this morning and listening to Jeff Teague talk about it, and Jeff was like, Jimmy is one of those players who he really wants his money, and he's not going to try if he doesn't get his money. But some players, when they get their money, they don't try. Yeah. Jimmy is the opposite. Sure. He's like, once he gets his money, he wants to prove that he earned that money. Yeah. And so I do wonder if, like, in the similar way that we're like, Luka's going to get in the best shape of his life and going to stick it to Nico Harrison, yada yada. Jimmy's much older, but I wonder if there's like a smaller scale version of that where he's like, fuck y'all. You guys all thought I'm not worth anything. You guys thought I'm done. You guys thought this. You guys thought that. Like, Steph has not had other than Kevin Durant, aside from Kevin Durant, he has not had a wing player on his team who could command a double team ever as a teammate, ever, aside from Kevin Durant. So like the fit is weird. I agree. Jimmy does not play in a flowy offense like the Warriors play, but that's a lot more talent than they've had.
Yeah, but I mean, like also where he gets his buckets he's not a shooter. He's we've seen him in big moments shoot
No, the fit is the fit is
in that offense. How is he going to get his buckets? He's a good player. We'll figure it out, but it's an interesting fit.
Yeah, for sure. All right. What else we got?
Get his buckets.
I think, I have to say, I've really been thinking a lot about the fan culture thing, though, since Jason Gallagher brought it up. And I've got friends who are, I know people who were Warriors fans after Steph got there. And I know also lifelong Bay Area basketball fans who were fans of the Warriors when it was like, we made one upset. That's going to be our identity.
They were giving away free tickets. It was like, hey, yeah.
And those fans were the ones who did not like them letting Clay leave, who were like, our identity is we root for these guys. Mm-hmm. This is all of the positive basketball championship memories I've ever had in my life and will ever have in my life. And they were totally comfortable and actually preferred. Like, now they're in this situation of like, are they playing for now? Are they building for the future? I don't think you feel like the move they made sets them up for now to win, but it doesn't. For a
future with a 35-year-old, you know what I mean? Whatever.
So they're where most teams are, with one foot in kind of both directions. And it was like, if you play for nostalgia, like you said, the Lakers could never let Kobe Bryant finish his career anywhere else, and they literally sacrificed competitiveness at one of the 2 franchises that expects to compete every year to have that sunset ride. And the Warriors decided.
And they made the right decision.
I think so.
Objectively, the right decision. You know what I mean?
I think so. And I think that's the type of story that Braun sees and makes it easy for him to imagine himself, in purple and gold. So I'm curious how this will play out for the Warriors. Because I do think, they literally have fans I know who kind of on the same thing Jason were talking about, is like, our identity was Steph and Clay and Draymond and KD. But like you said, not even KD. Like, even with it, KD, they were like, these 3 guys are our 3 guys. And that overrode everything else to where it's like, okay, Clay's gone. And then, okay, now, but we're like, okay, the young guys. And then now Wiggins is gone. And they're like, okay, Jimmy's here. But like, is Jimmy going to like be nice with Steph? Like, it's really, I think it'll be fascinating.
Will that be fun to watch? I'm not even really interested in seeing that basketball.
I think to Tyler's point, I
think y'all are underselling.
No. I was just about to say, I think
you're underselling.
I think he's really good. I don't know if I'll enjoy watching it. You know what I mean?
I just think to Tyler's point, the playoff version of what it's going to be, I'm interested in. But like currently, they have work to do to get there.
Even get there.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
That's the flip side of it. Okay, we do got a couple other moves to talk about. Bogdanovich to the Clippers. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Old Boggy. Good old Boggy. Now he a hooper, man. He a baller.
Cavs.
He was on that Lakers wish list for a few months.
He was on there for a while, man. That's like fucking Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, Bogey. They're just
that was around the same time.
2 years of people like they're gonna get Miles Turner and never lose another game.
That was not 2009. That's 2022, wasn't it?
It was post championship, post blowing up a championship team unnecessarily. Yes, for sure.
Oh God.
With the greatest.
let's not get started on that.
Well, but again, like there is this really funny thing with Rob Pelinka of like, is Rob Pelinka like I think we've talked about this. I think this sometimes happens with attractive people. Like, is Rob Pelinka a genius, or is he just like a good-looking dude that people were throwing assets at?
Is Rob Pelinka
like,
good-looking?
He got Luka Doncic because of pretty privilege.
Like, but I'm saying, like,
awesome,
like, is it a front office skill to have people call you and offer you the perfect move? I don't like. I'm really happy that it happened, but again, like the Mark Williams Dalton Connect thing, they called the Lakers. So I don't know, man.
It's unbelievable.
I don't know. All right, can we talk about Temptation Island, Spain? John, do you want to describe the clip since you sent it to the group chat?
Okay, y'all hadn't seen it yet?
I hadn't seen it till you sent it.
I had not seen it.
So basically, there's the most insane reality TV show going on in Spain right now, where there's portions that are showing, like the clip we saw, a man is watching his lady get her cheeks clapped by another dude. Like, on like what was he? It seemed like he was like a pretty good distance from where it was happening.
That run was
that nigga had. I mean, like, hey, that nigga, what? That's at least a good 4.43, something like that, right? Speed. I mean, high knees, long stride. Motherfucker was moving and khakis. You know what I'm saying? Barefoot.
He was.
You know what I mean?
He was flying.
So yeah, like he sees a video. He runs to the scene of the crime, and then a argument breaks out. But like, I don't. I was very anxious watching it. Like, you could hear the sounds. Like, you heard skin. Y'all familiar with that noise? Like, you heard, like, he's hearing that. These, like, I was very uncomfortable watching it. But also, I would love a version in Netflix with the captions, bro. Give us a clip. I need that. You feel me?
Yeah, what is Spanish for clap, 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 clap?
No.
Someone in the chat, Miles in the chat said the cuck combine stats. John's like, I think it was a 4.47.
Bro, I mean, dog, the man was flying. I mean, and he had good reason.
He was flying.
You know what tripped me out in that clip too? It's always a douchey looking weirdo nigga. Like, we've seen the American version of that same dude clap somebody else's cheeks. It happened. I remember my homie in not middle school, my homie in high school, Panama Beach, and went to Panama Beach, and his chick got clapped, and I didn't know who it was, white dude, and he showed me who he was, and I'm like, oh, that's the dude who claps cheeks at Panama Beach, and this is that, and he was one of them niggas. You know what I mean? He was one of them niggas, bro. He's a side, cheek clapper. It always happens with them type of dudes, but dog, that was intense. Intense, man.
Rose on the beach yelling, "Fuck
yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck, nigga watching a video of them kissing and tore his shirt. Yeah! Bro, I need that intensity. Hey, can we say what y'all the social media joke? Is that okay to say? Is that? Yeah. I don't know, like loving Mexicanly? Is that? Yeah, I don't want no part of that. You can say it. Yeah. You set me up. Nigga set me up, nigga.
was reading a joke that he saw online.
Well, I guess that shit. That's some bullshit. Anyway, I want no parts of that tension, dog. You know what I mean? That looked a little bit too much for me.
His heart was so ripped out of his chest. He lay down in the water on the beach during a thunderstorm, bro. Like, you could see the lightning cracking, and he laid down in the water, bro.
Bro, but that's that type of pain, though, right? Like, bro, okay, it's one thing to like get cheated on, right? Motherfucker, you got cheated on. You know, you shake it off. You feel me? To see it. Dude, if he took off as soon as she live, while it's happening, he took off as soon as man slid behind her in the bed because he pulled that move. You feel me? He knows where that goes. You know what I mean? If he would have stayed 2.5 seconds later to hear he would have spontaneously combust on television. The motherfucker would have exploded. Could you live seeing that? Your own chick? Bro, niggas ain't made for that type of pain, dog. That's murder pain. Like that, you know what I mean? That could end with a fatality, nigga. Like, bro, nigga, that's crazy to have that documented, bro.
Did y'all see Tyler's tweet?
No, I saw that. I saw that. Okay. The pause between the R and the Q. Sitting down in sand, grabbing his pants, dog. Like, dog, they playing too much. I would have had to put my hands on them.
The producers got very close to a not funny social media story.
To a manslaughter charge.
Bro, I mean, how would you feel? Like, I would want to touch that man. My paws I got to feel him. I got to touch him, dog.
It's beyond no, I mean, come on, bro.
You got to reach out and touch somebody like that, nigga. I'm trying to put you
Yeah.
That's wild.
We already have one that maybe needs to be stricken from the record.
But to
which one needs to be stricken? Which one needs to be stricken?
Let me I'll take a little.
I didn't even know about
let me take a little. I'll take a little heat. As anyone who works with or around high school kids will tell you, it's like a real thing that like teachers will joke about it or whatever, bro. Of like, it's that scene is playing out in the halls of a high school right now because a guy liked another girl's Instagram pic. It's like, you know, this is in Spain. Like in Southern California, we have obviously like a large population of Mexican students in a lot of their schools. It's passionate people, bro. Like real passionate fucking love, but also chest getting ripped out over some like, you know, I hate her. Like, how could you talk to her like for 30 seconds in the hallway? You know what I mean? Just of like,
I would say this though. I think it's wild how motherfucking kids gotta move. But if you know that's a chick that your old lady got beef with and you like that pic, nigga, I get it. That's some fuck shit. As a nigga, you supposed to be like,
Long Beach, I mean, we're running distance to the beach, you know, in a lightning storm. People could get down there running that 4-3.
I get that, bro. Porque is crazy. Bro.
He couldn't believe it.
Oh man, seeing him with his homies behind him as his lady is kissing the dude. This is like in another scene, and he just rips his shirt open. But also finding the information out like from Twitter that he also cheated first.
No, she thought that he cheated first, and then the reason she went to him is because they told her no that they thought he cheated, but he hadn't. So she got revenge on him, but he actually had not cheated on her.
She went too quick with the revenge.
But listen, though.
Got to let the dust settle, brother. That's a problem with acting too passionately, bro. That's what John was just talking about in his own words that he came up with.
Stop, y'all hit me to that shit. I ain't never heard of that shit.
That he came up with.
Anyway.
That's TM John, bro. That's
no. I just know, like, there's no coming back, though. There's no coming back. You can't.
You got to move to another country and learn another language and delete Porque from your fucking vocabulary, and you know.
It's over with. Oh man. But like, also, could you even do this in America? Like,
Temptation
like,
Island is an American show.
I know, but I mean, okay, I've never watched that. But
Me either.
they're showing like the dude cracking or like women cracking.
All the
think you can
homegirls,
show
all the
something like
homegirls
that.
watch that show, and it's like it has a reputation at least of being as not. I think people obviously are latching onto the foreign language element of Temptation Island Spain, but the American version does have the reputation of being pretty fucking insane. I have not watched.
Okay, because for me it wasn't the language. It was the cheeks clapping. It was the sound. it was a body to body, and that's not you, but it is your girl. And they're showing to you, and then want you to like, Montoya, calm down, bitch. You just shot fucking adrenaline, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is anybody going to calm down after that?
Okay, I'll say this. I just Googled Temptation Island craziest moment, and the first result is a YouTube video that is 19 minutes long.
I do think there's a fair amount of reality shows that show.
So it's just why.
Clapping.
It's just why it's there.
Yeah.
But the part that this was news to me, I've never seen them watching the video of it.
Yeah,
That's the
for
crazy
sure.
part. Just showing the clapping is a level up from a lot of reality TV, but showing someone watching that
host can't feel
craziest,
good about
like,
herself, bro.
Inception,
She can't feel good about herself. Like, come here a minute. Like, we're gonna
within running distance. Like, it's not like he's in the studio. Like, this is after it happened. Well, did you see this? You know, it's like, well, this is happening right now.
Right now, exactly. That's on like live.
How do you
stream.
feel? What the fuck you talking about? Yeah, it's being live streamed. It's being live streamed. Bro, of course he ended up on the sand. Of course. That's the only end of that. Montoya. That's the only way that is you on your back on the beach, lightning in the background, yelling, "Porque!" That's the dude, they set that man up like y'all set me up. Crazy. Crazy.
and we do have Love is Blind coming a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, the chat was pointing that out next week.
Are we excited?
Have y'all seen it? I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I ain't seen none of like previews or anything.
What city is it?
Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
Wait, okay, that might.
And
what's the demographics of that?
The internet sort of, there's a mix. Okay. I mean, it's white, but like there's a mix. The internet is saying that there's one of the guys or a couple of the guys are like known in the Minneapolis streets as like the biggest fuckboys around.
Oh, that's gonna make
so
great.
Tyler's
Minneapolis.
Hell yeah.
So some local Minneapolis women
Tyler
are
put it in his calendar.
like, this is fucked because we all know this guy. We've all been on dates with this guy, and he's in the show. Like, we know how it's gonna end.
Do you have an image, dude? Can I see him?
I don't even know who it is. I just know that's
we only need like one good fairy tale romance every season. The rest, I want train wrecks, dog. Like, I want dickhead assholes, button heads. That's what I lock in for, dog.
Dickhead assholes, button heads is quite a fucking.
That's a lot.
That's some wordsmith shit right there, brother. All right. Before we get out of here, Sunday is the Super Bowl. I know we talked about having the Gridiron Gals on. We couldn't make the schedule work for them, but they're hopefully going to be on not too long after football season. And they send their regrets at the work schedules not lining up for them. But before we get out of here, real quick, Super Bowl prediction, team, and if you want to do a score
and Super Bowl halftime prediction. I want to hear what song he's going to open with.
Super Bowl halftime prediction. I think he's going to open something like,
but also the game. Yeah. Also the game.
I think he's probably going to open something like TV off. I don't think he's going to come out the gate with not like us.
That,
yeah. I'd say TV off is probably going to be the opener.
They're going to let it build to not like us. There will be like a West Coast style, like, keys with a long silence, and then it's going to build, and then it's going to drop, and everyone's going to go fuck.
Bring the gang members on stage too. Let's do it, guys.
Cute.
You know what I mean?
Gang
We need
members,
something
this is
last
5
year.
minutes. Cue gang members. Cue gang
Cue
members.
the Crips. Cue the Crips, please.
I mean, there's a part of me that thinking either Grambling or Southern's band might come out for it too. Let's see if he pulls out all the stops.
We'll see. We'll see.
The actual game, I'll say 31-24 Kansas City.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say like 34-24.
You think they're dropping 34 now?
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever they take to win. I'll say Kansas City. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Okay. I
have no idea.
I think
as
that's
far
fair.
as
Jackson, what
score,
do you think?
I think Kansas City, but I think it's a close.
Closer.
I think it's a close game. I think it's probably like a 3 or 4 point, like either a. I don't necessarily think it's automatically going to come down to a game-winning drive with 1 minute left, but I do think the Chiefs will be scoring to take the lead at some point in the fourth.
Well, if it does, we know who wins. What, he's 7 for 7 in life?
Yeah.
Some shit?
Yeah, no, he literally has like
Good luck.
25% of the game-winning playoff drives in NFL history, or whatever that stat you sent us was. Like, that was the most preposterous shit. I think,
That shit
what did
blew
they
my
say? It was
mind.
51 times
All the
ever, and
Mahomes
he's got
stats.
14 of them. Tom Brady's second was
They're
7
getting
or something.
insane.
And in the playoffs, he's 7 for 7. I think Tom Brady
Yeah.
was like 2 for something, like 50%. Yeah.
And the stat about when playoff games down by double digits at halftime, the percentage that you win them, the rest of the NFL is like 3%, and he's at like 50.
Well, I think one thing I would say about them in the Super Bowl, having watched my guts get
Well, he's
ripped
married
out
to
by
a
them
Trump
twice.
supporter, so hey, the scales balance out somehow.
Like the
You know
thing,
what I mean?
the thing about Pat in the Super Bowl is those game-winning drives happen at the end of the first quarter. They happen at the end of the, like, they do that against the Niners. It's like you get the ball left with 80 seconds left in the first half, that drive's going to happen too. It's like, it's just, I feel like their whole shit is locked in on a different level for the Super Bowl. And the Niners had the lead in both times we played them in the Super Bowl. Had the better team, had the better defense, better running game. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, I'm with Tyler on that. Like, you could put the fucking NFC All-Star Pro Bowl team on the other side of the field, and until I see him lose to someone other than Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, I'm going to believe he's going to win. So, I don't know. All right. That's all the time we got. We'll be back on Sunday after the Super Bowl at some point that evening to talk about music and possibly also football. John, did you see that all the incels on Twitter say you're gay for thinking Kendrick is a cutie patootie?
Yeah, you see me fire one up.
That was the funniest shit, though.
That was so
I didn't
funny,
see it.
dude.
I want it was a real checkmate
Oh my
type
God, it was
move where,
hilarious.
like, you know what I mean? I was like, either you're gonna be mad because I didn't call you a cutie patootie, you know what I'm saying? And then you look like what you just called me, or you just gonna be not a cutie patootie and accept that, you know what I mean? And
John quote tweeted and was like, I can't lie, bro. He was looking cute, and if you were looking cute, I would have called you a cutie patootie, but I can't lie. I was like, that is such a good burn, bro.
and then and then people went and saw the image, and I didn't lie because I can't lie, my nigga. They went to the. Yeah,
All right,
I hit one
well-
of them with a little, you feel me? Then I got up out of there, you know what I mean? Hit him with the little, and then muted the shit, you feel me?
For the people. For the people.
For the people, for
You
the
know,
people,
it's
for the
appreciated.
old times, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I still got it, you know what I mean? The jumper still work a little bit, you feel me?
We'll see y'all on Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.